I thought you were already.
What's up, everyone? I'm going to start the recording now for the stream, so if anyone wants to jump on, I'm only going to do the recording for the presentation part, and then we're going to play like little kids, cut some stuff up, glue some stuff. All right, if you get a chance, try to fill out that form. I know it's long, it's like 50 questions, but if you answer them quickly, you'll answer them more honestly, is generally the rule. You think about it, you think long, go long.
Here, I'm texting it to you, try it that way. Hey there, we are having a 2024 into this board class, and we have a balanced wire questionnaire that you guys do want us to send you. Just send your email or your phone number in the DMs, and we will send that to you. If you do the balanced wire questionnaire, it's going to help you move forward in this class, kind of answering a little more honestly, and then hopefully being able to use areas that you're failing and also succeeding in. We want to create that vision board a little bit more honestly instead of all of us just having like planes and Kardashian or vision. Instead of
All right, let's get this party started. Am I live there too?
Yeah.
Hello, Andrew's live.
All the places.
All the places. Okay, we're gonna have a couple more stragglers gonna be coming in a little late. This is a presentation I've done in the past. This is a very abbreviated presentation. If anyone is interested in going through the whole process, I'd be happy to set up a separate class for it. It's about goal setting. It's about living a balanced life, which is very difficult when people really do an actual assessment of their lives. So let me go through this with you guys. Let me first switch to my beautiful AI here. So this actually, artificial intelligence built this entire presentation. I took an original presentation and dumped it in here and redid the whole thing. So what you're seeing here is completely the work of.
Did you use ChatGPT for that?
Called Beautiful AI. Beautiful.ai.
Beautiful.ai.
Beautiful.ai. It's really, and I could go a whole class on it. But it basically was just like, you put in the premise, put in the design you want, and then it creates the.
Like Midjourney or?
It uses Midjourney.
Okay.
It actually uses Dolly.
Oh, nice.
Which is inside of ChatGPT. To one. Okay, so our goal is to help everyone reach their peak in 2024. And the way that you're going to do that is not just in business. I have found that if you just focus on business, you start doing a lot of other things in your life will start to become lacking. So it's not how you get there is as important as why you want to be there. And that's what drives your motivation, whether it's your kids, whether it's a nice new car. You've got to discover what drives you. And that is what's going to push you to get to where you want to go. But everything starts off with gratitude. It's something that I try to do every morning is a morning meditation of like just being thankful. Even in the worst of my times, I just try to appreciate all the things in my life because you know the fact that you woke up this morning is a big deal, right? The fact that you exist as an individual, as a human, is a huge deal. So this is a great quote by Oprah Winfrey. It says, "Be thankful for what you have. You'll end up having more. And if you concentrate on what you don't have, you'll never have enough." And this is a really powerful quote. So what is the creation formula? What we're doing today is part of the creation formula. First, there needs to be an input, then there needs to be thought, then expectations have to come, and then that's how you get results. Our thoughts and our expectations, that is what gets you through the creation process. The reason that we're going to go through these magazines and we look through these pictures is to put the thought in your mind. I give you guys the best example of this. Before I married my ex-wife, I had never been to a 5-star hotel, never experienced it, and I had no idea what it was. And then after going through that experience, then it put that thought in my mind of what this upper echelon of life is, right? So you have to see it, and then it creates, right? We are powerful beings. Humans are like the most powerful beings in the world. We're really special in the animal kingdom because we're the only animal in the world that can predict the future. And you're like, how do you predict the future, right? You predict the future by imagining what you want, right? A dog cannot think about food coming, getting in front of them like we can. I'm sure all of us have had these serendipitous moments where we thought of something and it just showed up, right? Well, manifestation works that way too, and there's a power to it that a lot of people don't understand. That as they say, it's like you got to have faith of a mustard seed. Manifestation is the same thing. Like you've got to believe that this thing can happen, and that's what when we talk about expectations, that's what that is. So you have to first, the thought has to be there, the expectations have to be there, and then the results come. So again, as I mentioned, one of the practices is that gratitude is very, very important in this, right? Knowing that you're grateful for what you have. I mean, if you think about the odds of you becoming a human being, I think the actual probability is like 4 trillion to 1 for you to be born. That's the actual probability. It's 4 trillion to 1 to be born. So you got to focus on what you have. Don't think about what you don't have. Because that negative energy draws in just as much as the positive energy does. So thinking about what you don't have is just as powerful as thinking about what you have. So in gratitude is an attitude, right? And it's also a practice. So you've got to practice gratitude. Like if you just get up in the morning and you're just like pissed off at the world every single day, that's what you're going to get every single day. But you got to get up and be thankful that you woke up this morning, because a lot of people did not wake up this morning. And it's a choice, and you have to be willing to choose that. And again, just practice it every day. So as we express our gratitude, we must never forget that the highest appreciation is not to utter the words, but to live by them. And that's what I'm trying to, I hate to say preach, but I am kind of preaching right now a little bit. So the form that you guys got via text, via what we just sent you now, if you haven't filled it out, I want you to go ahead and start filling it out, because this is going to be really important on what we're going to do next. And building a balanced life is required you to take an inventory of your life, right? And taking an inventory of your life is looking at all the aspects of your life. From there, you build a life plan, and then from your life plan, you can build a business plan. When you recognize these imbalances, it's really, really powerful. And the first time that I did this Wheel of Life with a bunch of people, it always skews in a bunch of different ways. So this is the Wheel of Life. It's the form. There's a great book by Darren Hardy called Living Your Best Life Ever. This is what this is based on. He's the publisher of Success Magazine. So what ends up happening is that we look at all 8 aspects. What this is just, it's 8 axes, and you're going to score a point on every single one of these. You're going to look at your family, financial, body, mind, spirit, lifestyle, relationships, and your career, and you're going to score it through that form. So this is what you'll end up seeing. You'll see that in some places that you may be lacking, and this shifts depending on where you're at and how you score on in your life, right? The goal is to try to live as balanced as you possibly can, and that's really hard to do, because especially in our business ends up taking up a ton of our time. And we live it, breathe it, and eat it. And the goal, and what I'd love to see everyone do, is be more balanced, whether it's your family, your relationship, your lifestyle, focusing on your body, focusing on your mind and your spirit, and whatever your practices are for that. So affirmation without action just leads to delusion. And that's the presentation for you guys. So who has not done the form yet? Okay. If you don't have the link, I'm going to text it to you right now. And you guys start working on it. Andrea, you want to go over some things?
Yeah, so if he can send that out to everybody. And while you're working on that, we can kind of talk through a few other things. So I recently did an exercise similar to this with my real estate coach, Tim Riss, And you, there's some paper around, I think Josie was gonna give everybody some little tabs. So make sure everybody has a piece of paper, Josie, because you can write this down in secret, you don't have to tell us what you're going to do. But what you're gonna do is 10 out of 10 score, you're gonna rate yourself. You can tell us out loud, you can do it privately, but that's everything from your health, your fitness, your family, your finance, your business strength, a 100% rating on your life right now as is. And if you don't have paper and you need it, let Josie know. But if not, you can write it on the back of
You
your
can run
blue
it back
life.
to this too.
And so rate yourself. Where are you at? 0 to 10. Be honest with yourself. And if you're not honest with yourself, his assessment is probably going to showcase that with a pretty imbalanced non-circle. It could just be a crazy little blob on there. But if you think about yourself as maybe you're a 5, a 6, an 8, a 9, maybe you're like, oh, I'm a 10. Well, his assessment will tell you if you are or not. But based on that, you can then start to think about 2 different things. And this is something you can do at home, you can do anytime. It's really simple. It doesn't take an assessment or anything like that. But just think on who you want to be on this side. So you can just do a little T-chart. And this is the best time of the year. The end of the year is amazing. I love Mondays. I love the start of a new month. I love the start of a new year. I try to treat every day like that because whatever happened yesterday is in the past and you can let it control your future. Or you can say, hey, I did not like the way this went down. Whether it was what you ate, you didn't work out, what you said to somebody, what you didn't say to somebody. You made a bad financial decision. You made a great financial decision. So let each day be a new day. Treat every day like a Monday, every month like January, but especially your mindset at the end of 2024 is a little more, end of 2023 going into 2024 is a little more open for change and adaptability. So what you can do is think about simple, 1 year ahead, right? 2024. And what do you want to be? What do you need to see? So what do you want? And it might be you need to repair some relationships, some friendships. You might want more money. You might want to be more fit. You might be worried about your actual health. And that might be as simple as, losing some weight, gaining some weight. Mason, the only one in the world who wants to gain weight, but it could be anything. So just for an example, you want to be a better mom, right? So that's in your need. You want to be a better mom. So what do you want? You want to be a better mom. The other column is equally as simple. What does someone who is a better mom do? So for you, it's going to be different. This is going to be different for everybody. A balanced life is different for everyone. And a balanced life is different every day. So what do you want? You want to be a better mom. What does that person do? So a better mom might say, I'm going to make sure that I do school drop-off, right? So it could be as simple as drop-off. It might be that you want to start packing lunches. Another good example is you want to work on your marriage or your relationship. So you want a better marriage, right? Or you want to get married to your partner. You want a better relationship with your parents, with your spouse, with whoever. So what does that person do? If you were to think about what is a marriage like, what would that person do? Well, maybe that person does date night, right? And what you can do is whoever you want to be, a better mom, a better marriage, you want to get fit, you can think to yourself exactly this. What does that person do? What does a fit person do? What does that look like to you? It's going to look like something different for everyone. And then you can start to break this down into a daily, a weekly, a monthly, and then a quarterly. And you can set, on a day-to-day basis, maybe you don't have a fitness goal, but on a day-to-day basis, you say, I'm going to send my spouse a sweet text every single morning. Well, on a day-to-day basis, maybe it's taking the drop-off. Maybe on a weekly basis, it's a date night. Maybe on a weekly basis, it's 4 workouts. Maybe on a monthly basis, it's 4 workouts. And then you've got your quarterly reviews, just like a business, because balance changes. And because you had a goal of every Monday, I'm gonna go to the gym, and you did not make it to the gym, does not mean balance is off. It means you can pick up Tuesday. I think a lot in life, like Eli said, it is about ask, believe, receive, but what action are you gonna take to receive? Because you have to have an attitude of gratitude, you have to be willing to be open, and mistakes are always going to happen. You will be out of balance. You may take this assessment today and next quarter take it and have a completely different outcome. Life is seasonal, there's seasonality in your career, in the seasons and everything. So you have to take that. But this is just something that is simple. Sit down on your own and think, what do you want out of your life? If you were a 10 out of 10, I mean, kudos to you, but most of us are not. I know I wouldn't rate myself a 10 out of 10. And the way I rate myself is different depending on when you ask me, right? You could ask me first thing in the morning, I got out of bed and I'm like, I'm a 10 out of 10. Yeah. And then I've got a deal that falls through and I'm stressed out and I start to build a stress. Yeah, but it is, and it's funny. Yeah. So, I mean, Alex and I, we do a lot of business together. We talk all the time. And I mean, depending on what time of day we talk, we have a totally different attitude.
She's great in the mornings, and
Yeah. I'll always be
usually better
like,
around
hey,
7.
how's your day going? Yeah, but really focusing on positivity and deciding what do you want out of life, who do you want to be, who do you want to become, and then higher level thinking is what do you need to stop? What do you need to stop that is eliminating you from being the type of person that achieves these things? And that might be negative thoughts, doubt, it could be smoking, it could be, drugs, it could be, cleanliness. Sometimes
Social media.
yeah, really cleansing yourself from social media, cleansing yourself from your space. Maybe your house is overcrowded with trash and junk and you're a hoarder. You need to work on that, but be honest with yourself. What do you need to stop doing is sometimes just as important as what you need to be doing. Sometimes stopping something can open up a whole realm of possibility and options and opportunities. So that's pretty much all I've got for you, but I think that this is something that you could do as often as you want, but I think it's something really good to do going into a new year. So, any questions? Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
There's food outside. By the way, there's canes. I didn't know if we were are we taking recess?
Recess. Yeah, there we go. We got recess.
That's the term in court of law.
I was thinking about going to a play.
Oh, we've got two people from the UK watching.
Do you have an eraser?
No.
Don't, we can just turn it around.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
Ooh. I did have a good house. Thank you. Alex loves a whiteboard.
I do.
This is a really nice one too.
So-
Wait a little more.
This way.
See it on the line.
I'm gonna write with blue.
There we go.
All right, so what I'm going to talk about is just how you get that vision of what you want to do and what you want to be. So I feel like a lot of people just get stuck in like what they're doing today right now. But whenever I think about my vision, I go back to birth, childhood, what I've went through, my family, my connections, who's important to me, all the kind of things that have driven me to get to this point in my life, and then trying to improve upon that every day. But whenever you have a vision, the hardest part for me is implementing. Implement. If I don't spell this right, don't. It should be implementation, probably. Implement. Yeah, that's close enough. You guys get it.
We're not rating you on your stuff.
So, how do you implement your vision, right? So that's always the hardest thing for me because you get pulled in so many different directions. So I think, it's a big problem for me, I think the best way to implement is to structure and schedule, right? So you have to have structure and you have to schedule out what you're trying to implement.
It could even be vacation. It doesn't have to be work.
Right. So if you need some away time, you schedule a vacation. If you realize you need to put more effort into work, say, okay, Monday, instead of doing 8 to 5, I'm going to do 7 to 8 to get caught up. So there's just so many different ways, but the most important part, because we all do business plans, we all do vision boards, we do all of these things, but do we actually put in the work and the scheduling and the structure to improve ourselves to reach that next level that we're trying to get every single year that we try to improve? Because what do we all want to do every single year? We want to grow. You want to grow your business. And that has been the number one thing on my vision board for a long time. And it's worked. Now, I should probably fill out one of these things too, because my personal life's probably way down here.
I'll text it to you.
Yeah.
I'll go through it.
Yeah, I'll go through it too. So I just wanted to talk about that, the structure, the scheduling, and then the implementation, because I think that's the most important part of it, is just trying to figure out what's important and then how to reach those important goals. So
To your point, putting it down on paper is one of the most important things that you can do. I'm a person, I carry a little black book, it's in my bag over there. I literally write down everything that I dream about doing, and it's in a completely freestyle format. Like, I'm right now doing these warehouses that I'm building currently, and I'm looking at the plat for where we're doing, and it has my name down as developer. And then I flip through my book like a couple of days after that, and then it has by 2024 I want to be a real estate developer. And then to see it, but it really took me putting it on paper. There's something really powerful about putting words to paper. Like, it's like, this is part of our superpower. It's more than just thinking about it, because a lot of people can dream. I mean, when people buy a lottery ticket, that's great because it gives them a day that they can dream to what it'd be like to win $100 million. But really putting it on paper and writing it down is probably the most powerful thing that you could do. And to schedule, to your point about scheduling, if you need to write down in your calendar 30 minutes a day for gratitude, you should probably do that. Put your gym time in there. These are the things that you, like, if you don't have the structure, and agents are very much seat of their pants business people. We have always been that. Most successful real estate agents are like that. I mean, the super successful ones tend to be on a strict block scheduling. If you look at all the coaching, they'll all put you on that. But if you're not in the practice of doing those things, then put it in a schedule, and then it'll manifest itself in doing that. And it's super powerful. Thanks.
Yeah, and I would say don't throw away the paper, right? Because once you fill out a paper, if you put it somewhere and you never look at it again, how are you going to hold yourself accountable? Or what if you think this has changed? You can edit your vision board, right, at any time.
Absolutely.
Throughout the year, you say, okay, this is getting better, but this is getting worse. But I would recommend, if it's really important and you really want to make changes and to improve, put it on your mirror in your bathroom. Put it, wherever.
Your computer
write
screen.
Write it on your hand. Like, I need to write on my hand every day. Do not smoke.
Yeah.
Right, because I've gotten hooked on nicotine. I can't quit. I'll try it. 2024. Yeah.
That's a smart
Yeah, but
I got
Sorry.
something for you.
yeah, probably. But it's just that power, that reminder. Because whenever I'm thinking about how much I want to quit and I hate it, I'm great. I don't do it.
Yeah.
But then you go throughout your normal business day or your normal day, and then all of a sudden, you don't have that in front of you to remind you. So I think, whatever you write down today, I think you should keep it until next year, and then review, and then do every year. And then if your ultimate goal is to be a very successful, happy person, if you stay consistent with anything, if you're consistent, you work hard, then you're going to improve. So
Without consistency, there's rarely ever a result. And I do want to play one more little mind game with you guys. So if you two would do this as well, get a piece of paper. I have that Geneva pad right here. If you need, I need one. But Josie's going to set a timer for us. And I've played this with Mason and Josie before. It's just a really fun thing. I did this at Built How in Arizona at a real estate conference. And it's called it's your 60-second to, you can do it 1 minute, 2 minutes, but we're going to do a minute to save time. So when I say Josie's got the timer getting ready to go, when she hits start, she'll tell us when it's up. But you are only going to have 60 seconds to fill this page with as much as you can about what you love and what makes you happy. It could be your dog, your kid, your car. So Josie's gonna start our 60-second timer and go.
What was the question?
So, what makes you happy? What do you love? It could be your family, it could be ice cream, it could be a car. And go as fast as you can. Fill this page full. It could be coffee, it could be cake, it could be a salad, going to the gym, taking your dog on a walk, holding hands with your spouse, visiting your grandparents, a walk in the park, rolling around the grass, brushing your hair, brushing your teeth. It could be anything. Just go as fast and as much as you can, and you want to just keep filling it up. And the goal is, these pages should be full. What's your favorite movie? What's your favorite book? What gives you a feeling of childhood? What gives you a feeling of happiness? How much is left on the timer, Josie?
25 seconds.
25 seconds. I know. And this should just keep going and flowing. And if not, we need to find more things that give you that feeling, that give you a sense of happiness. Unfortunately, sometimes it could be smoking or drinking or whatever, but yeah, she said I got one. But yeah, all right, Josie, where we at? Keep going.
3, 2, 1.
That's it. So, as part of your vision board, I would ask you to hold on to these because when I did this in that class, this is so lame, but one thing that really gives me a warm, cozy feeling is the movie Twilight. The first one, the original Twilight. Don't ask. So when I'm doing this, I wrote Twilight down, and I have a book that I carry around as well. I've never seen Twilight on the airplane, on the list of movies ever. So I write this down, and I'm rushing, and I leave, and I go, and I get on the airplane. The first thing I saw was Twilight. And I'm like, and this exercise reminded me when you said that kind of instant when you've thought of something and it's there. And I still yet have never seen it on the airplane again. I check every time now, even if I'm not watching a movie. And I turned it on and it just made me feel good. And I think as part of a vision board, doing things like this, and I saw Eli just cranking away over there, but you want to have things in your life that make you happy and make you feel good. So, maybe put this on the back of your vision board or try to incorporate some of this. Maybe if it was a book or a movie or walking your dogs or nature, landscapes, travel, make sure you include that in your vision board as well. But I think now we're at the point we're just going to play and make some boards.
So what I want you guys to do, has everybody fill out the form?
What's
I just texted it to you. Fill it out. And I'm going to show you how to score yourself on this page right here. Michelle, did you have it? Did you get the form?
the online thing?
The online one, the
Yeah.
survey. So you're gonna calculate your score. I'm gonna
You
send
guys
it to you
want
right
the
now.
survey, just let me know in the DMs with your phone number or your email address, and I'll send that over. If you guys have any more questions about vision or creating your best 2024 yet, just let us know. We're all here to help and answer questions. Have a great
All right,
day.
everybody that's online, I'm gonna cut us off here. If you filled out the form and you need support with it, feel free to reach out to me. I'm gonna be happy to go through it with you privately. But thanks for everybody that joined us live.